It's still Rise and Shine Saturday, and it's an interesting day to be here. I mean, we've just had a truckload of counseling and advice live on Rise and Shine. And in case you're a victim of rape, well, I'd like to just share this brief 30 seconds with you. I've been a victim of rape myself as a guy, and I'm not ashamed to talk about it because I know I'm not the one who was at fault. It was the other person. And that takes me away and still leaves me in charge of all the things happening around me. You can do the same for yourself. But moving away from rape and all the talks about rape, today we have the special honor of welcoming another first-timer on Rise and Shine Saturday. She's a creative director of Genial Enterprise, holding the position of HOD. And she is a chef from the London Institute Uyo Approved Center. And of course, she's a professional in the hospitality industry. Join us and make welcome for the first time live on Spectrum Television, Edima Bassi. Woo!
Welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Bassi, Edima, and we have the elder Bassi. Akwabum.
She's my cousin.
Oh my!
Wow. That's what people say. I'm not trying to play along with it.
Okay. That's beautiful. Welcome to Rise and Shine.
Thank you.
And you
It's a
look
pleasure.
beautiful.
And you look handsome.
I'm blushing. My head is swelling right now. All right. So today we're talking about the hospitality industry. We're talking about Akwabum hospitality sector, exporting heritage, and the place of our cuisine in the equation. Now, Akwabum is known as the home of soups, the home of delicacies, and all of that. So, as a chef, how does it feel to be the one creating this? I know you're also into creating menus and all of those. So how does it feel to be the one behind the scene, putting these beautiful things out there for us to enjoy?
I feel privileged. I feel honored. It's one thing to cook, and another is your guests to appreciate the dishes. So putting smiles on my customers' face and on my guests' face makes me puts me on a track that actually I know what I'm doing, or maybe I'm satisfied then, because one thing in catering is guest satisfaction or customer satisfaction. So we want to cook and they come back again the next day, maybe this time around they come with a friend, and next with a crew, and next maybe their whole company. You are doing the right thing.
Okay, so Akwabum cuisines has its own unique flavors and culinary traditions that come along with it. How important is the local cuisines that we make here in Akwabum in promoting the state hospitality and attracting tourists and also visitors to this sector?
Okay, currently many people have some of us have actually lost interest in eating our meals the way it should be. A lot of us are incorporating the other parts of the world, the meals, thereby neglecting our traditional meals. That's why you see some of our meals are fading out. Meals like apak nkong. Those meals were for people that were sick. Just pure extraction of fruit juice, of palm fruit juice, and vegetable leaves, shredded vegetable leaves, and a little of seasonings, and they use that to accompany with boiled yam, boiled plantain. So if anyone that is sick and needs to boost his or her immune system, those were the kind of meals they used to feed those ones with, apart from fruit and enough water. And you see that person will kick back looking like he wasn't even sick at all. So some of our meals are fading out. And even if some are not, we are not eating it the way, we are not preparing it the way it should be. That's why it's my goal to make sure that I bring back all our native dishes so that everyone would eat it the way it should be. And also anywhere you are in the world, be it you are outside Nigeria, you can eat our meals the way it should be. Look, for example, the Chinese, the Indians, they eat their foods. I think I watched a YouTube video some days ago. I saw how an Indian family, they were actually having a round table kind of setting. They eat with their hands. So there's some meals that deserve using your hands to go for it. There's some meals that you use to, you must, like our soups, you must use your hands to eat. But there's some places that you will go, and honestly, there's some places you will go, and in some corporate settings, you'll have to use the cutlery somehow. But it doesn't mean that we neglect our traditional way of eating and making these meals.
Okay, so conversations about not allowing our heritage to die down is very critical. Now, I've had conversations with people from, the hospitality industry, and we know that that is one of our basics. That is one of the things we are known for. So, what are we doing wrong that, some of our delicacies are going extinct? Is it because of our attitude as a people towards these delicacies, or is because we no longer have people who can prepare them the way they used to be prepared?
Okay, there are two things. One, sad to say, we're not proud of our inheritance. We're not proud of our heritage. And it saddens me a lot. This current generation, they don't know some of our dishes. They've not tasted some of our current dishes, our native dishes. This current, younger generations, they don't do it again. If you ask a boy of 10 years old, have you eaten ekbang? What is ekbang? What is ekbang? And the way they call it, they don't call it like the way it should be pronounced. Just like the whites, you can never pronounce spaghetti bolognese as spaghetti bolognese. You can't change the pronunciation of those dishes, and you cannot change the method of those dishes. So it's either you pronounce it the way the originators pronounce it, or you leave it. So our dishes have its own native way of pronunciation. You cannot pronounce afang like afang. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It must be afang soup. Okworo afang. Abak afang. Call it the way it should be. We should be proud of our heritage. Our forefathers did a lot good. So it's our own responsibility to make sure that we maintain and make sure we introduce it to our next generation, and they should own up to it.
Now, talking about that, preserving our culture and passing it down to our next generation. Now, training and skill development are crucial for nurturing this new talent. Now, what initiative do you think, what programs do you think that the Akwa Ibom State government need to create to actually ensure that this is a continuous development for our children and also the ones yet to unborn to carry on?
Okay, thank you so much. For the government, I think what they need to do is they can have a training center and employ these chefs that can prepare our native foods, native cuisines. They employ them so that anywhere you are in the world, you want to learn our native cuisines, you can come down and learn and actually pass. It can be a short course, can be a short training, a 1 month training, 3 weeks training, 2 weeks training, depending on the capability of the government. And then at the end of the training, that person should be certified with valid qualification. I tell people that because some of them have experiences, but they don't have a valid qualification, where somehow a job opportunity occurs and your certificate that you spend a lot of money to acquire doesn't fetch you a good job, doesn't fetch you sometimes it cannot even fetch you an academic progression. So I emphasize a lot on my page. I'm talking to my students and everyone. I emphasize a lot on having a valid qualification. So the government should look at how they can give these people a valid qualification that can be recognized in maybe nationally, if not internationally, national recognition of the certificates.
Now, still on that particular topic, we've had conversations about our very own Hilda Bassi and also Chef Danny. Now, there have been back and forth of who is a chef and who is not a chef. So you tell me, who is a chef?
There's a lot more to being a chef. A chef must attend a proper catering school. A proper catering school is 2 years. I did that. 2 years catering school. At the end of your training, you'll be attached to any of the reputable organization to serve for an IT. They call it industrial attachments for some period of 90 days, that's 3 months. At the end, maybe during your service, the school supervisor, the school will pinpoint someone to come supervise you how you are working. They must give the reports to the management how you're working. At the end of that, you come to the school, defend your project. You must defend a project. They must give a project, and written project. You go and develop a project, develop a project, submit it, and defend the project. And then you don't just have to. Catering is not, it's never a course that you will just wake up and open a place. You must serve people. There's some professional skills that you must serve people for a number of years before you now own a place. So catering is one of them. You must serve people for like 1 to 5 years, different organizations. And then your certificate must be recognized. You must have a valid qualification. And a chef must take a professional examinations, some other additional qualifications that is recognized. And that can be nationally, internationally qualifications. Those ones, I have them. So you don't just wake up and call yourself a chef. You must pass through some number of trainings, some good number of years of service. And then, these experiences will build you up. Because working in different organizations, you know their flaws, you know their strength. You now pick the ones that interest you, pick the ones that you need to work on, and see how you will incorporate that into your own school. So having a chef is far deeper than opening a place. You yourself must be certified with a valid qualification.
Okay, now I think we've learned one big thing. There is a difference between a chef and a caterer, and you need to go through a lot of those practices. Well, this is just one phase of the conversation, and we definitely would love to have it, but time is of the essence, and about time we wrap it up. So I'd like to say thank you, Edima, for coming.
Thank you.
Of course, like with this, because our conversation is going to be a long one, so I do hope when we extend the invite to continue this conversation, you're going to come forward so that we can take it to a conclusive end. Well, that's how far we can go in today's edition of Rise and Shine Saturday. It's been wonderful being here. I'll always say you are the most important personality. Keep loving yourself. Keep being a patriotic Akwa Ibomite, Nigerian, African, and a global citizen. My name is Francis Oyima Adet, and I've been doing this today with
Mary Joseph. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. I'm actually super excited to be here, Rise and Shine Saturday, and trust me, it is actually a very, very interesting roller coaster from different conversations and different issues that we are going to be here to tackle, while also keeping you entertained with great music and also great entertainment gist. My name is Mary Joseph. You can also continue the conversation with us on Spectrum TV on Twitter and also on Facebook, Instagram, all of which you can find on our website at spectrumtv.ng. Thank you so much, and do have a wonderful day and also enjoy your day.
Well, from all of us to you, it's a happy weekend.
Bye.
Okay, now I actually appreciate this look better.
You Rise and Shine Saturday.
Now that takes me to the question.